PFL. I chimed in around the Marcelo Nunes fight. He pulled off a nice first round triangle armbar. That's pretty nice to see from a heavyweight, right? He's a heavyweight. It's cool to see heavyweights move well like that. Next fight was Adam Piccolotti. Piccolotti was dominating the majority of the fight, but Espinoza was very powerful. He was able to land heavy punches. Piccolotti would land 3 to 6 punches for every one Espinoza landed. But you could tell he landed. You know, when we talk about damage, the John Fitch knows nothing definition of damage. We say a noticeable change in behavior from the person who was damaged. If I hit you 3 times in the face, but you don't do nothing, there's no reaction, that's not damage. Damage is then a wobble, right? Like you see a change of behavior. You kick me in the leg, I have to change my stance to hide my leg because it hurts, right? Those things are, to me, are damage. Piccolotti kept chasing submissions. He's too jiu-jitsu based in his submission attacks, I believe. If you don't get the quick submission, I think you need to use it to get a top position so that you can ground and pound and beat people up. You got to throw that so you can damage them, essentially. I don't think sustained attacks for submissions are good because you end up burning up energy. You build up, your strength a little bit and you don't finish. And then that guy lingers. And if you're fighting somebody with power, some serious power, the longer he lingers, like he's still in the fight because it just takes one. One of those guys that have that kind of power, it just takes one. So if he continually is chasing submissions, he's chasing a lot of the Kimuras and stuff. If you're not getting them and doing damage, you're making yourself tired. Your energy bar is going down. Right. And his is going down too because he's fighting it off. But his power bar doesn't go down. His power bar is still there. So if he's able to still land one of those big punches, or in this case, a flying knee. Unfortunately, Adam kind of ducked into it also. And he was done. That sucks to see. Rebenanov gets the win. He spent some time in AKA. Met him, hard worker, went over Zalman Renfro. It was a close fight. It was a good fight, but Gadzi, just his wrestling prowess is just too good. Too much control on top, landing some good certificate strikes on top. Primus, former Bellator champ against Bruno Miranda, completely outclassed him with his wrestling and grappling, got to his back. But it's a precarious position, right? Because we talked about this before. When you are a good grappler, you're supposed to get to the back. You get to mount, get to back, look for your finish. But in MMA, it's weird. Right? It's a weird thing because you get to that position, you get to the back, you get figure 4. It's a super dominant position. If you're a jiu-jitsu person, you understand like the onus is on the bottom guy to escape and get away. But that bottom guy can just hold on to your hands and gloves and do nothing and hope that the referee stands you up, right? Oh, inaction, stalemate, you guys stand up. So even though Primus fights to this awesome position where he's ready to finish, it kind of looks like he's just holding on. And people start making fun of him and start booing, and they don't like that position. But it's like he's in the dominant position. The responsibility is on the other guy to do something to get away because he's losing right now. In jiu-jitsu, you understand that. But in MMA, it's not. It's weird. You have to know. We've talked about this before. So you have to know. You have to understand, guys. If you get to that position, my thing is you got 15 to 20 seconds to finish. If you don't from that position, you have to start working back on top. While you're working to get on top, maybe there'll be a transition, maybe an arm triangle, maybe arm bar, maybe something will happen that'll open up on the way. And then once you're there, you got to maybe post up, mount, hit a couple times, look for another submission, see if you can make him pick a side and start to roll. Go back to it. Go back to your figure 4. Right? You maintain momentum. You keep going mount to back to mount to back. Like, that's the only thing I've thought about this hard because I used to get to that position. I used to get to that position to be on the back. And then all guys are just holding on to my gloves and stalling, and they want to get stood up. And I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm in the dominant position. I'm winning. I'm trying to hit him and hurt him and punch him. I'm trying to finish him. Like, my mind is finished mindset. Finish. I'm going after it. All they are doing is holding on, fighting, defending. Don't get finished. Stall, get stood up. I was trying to think, what's the way to do this? There's got to be a way to combat this. A yellow card or something. Hey, you're not actually trying to escape. You're just waiting for a stalemate to get stood up. but I couldn't, anytime you interfere with the fight from the outside, I don't like that. So it really comes back onto the athlete. So you've got to make that decision. You've got to maintain momentum until the finish. If you get to that body triangle, you've only got 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds top. Then you've got to transition to a new position in order to do damage or finish from there.